Warning, if you plan on watching the 2015-2016 NFL season, I would not recommend watching this video, for predictions will be made. Today, we'll be challenging Madden NFL 16 to see if they can predict the exact Super Bowl for Super Bowl 50 this season in the NFL. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start up a connected franchise, pick a random team just because I have to, and then we're going to start simulating. We're going to go through stats, injuries, awards, and updates of the season. And like I said, if you plan on watching the season, I wouldn't watch this video because these predictions are guaranteed to be right for the end of the season. Without further ado, let's jump right into it, and we're going to start simulating all the way until week 4. From there, I will look at some stats and some significant updates from the league after week 4 is over. So let's get the simulation running. I am really excited to see what is going to happen here throughout this entire 2015 season. I have no clue who is going to win. I do have a prediction though. My prediction for the Super Bowl in real life will be the Packers versus the Colts, and the Packers will take it home to win Super Bowl 50. Let me know what your prediction is down below. Anyways, look at this. The Browns start out 3-1 to lead their division, and the Jaguars at 2-2 lead their division. Patriots undefeated at 3-0. The AFC West is led by the Chiefs at 4-0. The NFC North, the Bears are 3-1. NFC South, the Panthers undefeated. Let's go over to the NFC East, where the Cowboys and Eagles are tied at 3-1. And lastly, the NFC West, where the Cardinals lead that one. There are only 3 undefeated teams after week 4. Let's look at some of these stats here. We have Aaron Rodgers leading the lead in passing, and Carson Palmer leading the lead in touchdowns, as well as Ben Roethlisberger with 6 interceptions in only 4 weeks. Let's move over to rushing and check out what we have going on here. Carlos Hyde, a bunch of carries, but Marshawn Lynch takes it home right now with 554 rushing yards, as well as a bunch of players tied with 4 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown per game on average. Lastly, looking at our receivers on offense, Dez Bryant and the rookie Brashard Perriman in second place for receiving yardage. A bunch of people with 4 touchdowns on the year, including the rookie. And last but not least, for the entire defensive statistics standpoint, we are looking at tackles led by David Hathorn, but DeQuell Jackson leads in total tackles at 50. We're going to go ahead and check out the tackles for a loss. A big number from Muhammad Wilkerson at 8, and then Cameron Jordan with 5.5 sacks on the season. Alright, now some notable injuries that we have to take note. Jay Cutler with a pulled groin. That is pretty rough. Gerald McCoy has a hamstring tear, out for 2 more weeks. Carson Palmer once again injured with a quad tear. T.Y. Hilton, a hamstring tear. There is a lot of very significant injuries in the NFL season. We have Ndamukong Suh and Lamar Miller, dislocated hip and broken collarbone for the Dolphins. Those are huge injuries. And last but not least, Randall Cobb with an upper arm fracture. I don't know why Nelson wasn't out for the season, but he got hurt anyway, so it doesn't really matter. He is very injury prone, it looks like, so I guess that's a bit realistic in itself. Anyways, I guess we're just going to keep simulating. We're going to move all the way on past week 8, and once we get to week 9, I will start some more stats up to show you guys exactly what is going on. So let's advance all the way to week 9. Let's look at the standings, and then we'll look at some stats, some injuries, anything that we have to. And I already noticed something with the Steelers team. Yep, Ben Roethlisberger might be injured there, but we're going to save that for a little bit later. Let's go ahead over and check out all of these stats and standings. Let's start off with the standings first, see what is going on. Only 1 undefeated team. Do you guys see that? But the Cleveland Browns are still leading the AFC North, the AFC South led by the Texans, the East led by the undefeated Patriots. The Chiefs are still leading the West. Let's keep on moving down to the North, which is led by the Bears. What is going on, Packers? I predicted you to win the Super Bowl. The Saints at 4-3. We have the Giants taking hold over that division after they were in 3rd place from the last time that we checked. And then the Seahawks move up into first place over top of the Cardinals. But as we can see, the Patriots are the only undefeated team moving on to week 9 in the NFL season. We have one defeated team, which is the Rams. Now let's check out some more passing stats. Drew Brees ties up Aaron Rodgers for passing yards. Ben Roethlisberger moves into the lead for most touchdown passes. And then Blake Bortles and Matthew Stafford leading the league with 11 interceptions apiece. Come on, guys, you gotta do better than that. Once again, let's look at the rushing stats, and Marshawn Lynch on pace for 2,000 yards. It looks like he is leading the league in rushing yards by a large margin. D'Angelo Williams, wow, leading the league in rushing touchdowns. Fantasy owners, make sure you take note on that. If he is in your free agency, make sure you pick him up, because 8 touchdowns, that ain't too shabby for a second string running back. Rashard Perriman looking really nice as a rookie receiver. He is doing a spectacular job for the Baltimore Ravens, especially whenever it comes to receiving yards. Let's go ahead over to receiving touchdowns. A few different people in the lead with 6 touchdowns apiece, including Malcolm Floyd. Moving on to defense, we have Justin Houston with 11 sacks on the season. He is having a very, very nice year this year. And lastly, let's shout out interceptions. And Mason Foster, wow, I did not see that coming. 8 interceptions on the year, and it's only week 8. Wow, that is insane. But yeah, here's the injuries, guys. Ben Roethlisberger, broken thumb, out 4 weeks. And then lastly, we have Jamal Charles with a devastating injury from the Kansas City Chiefs. Foot stress fracture, out for the entire season. Alright, everybody, now it is time to sim. We are going to make it all the way to week 17, getting ready for the playoffs. But first, we have to go ahead and check out some awards, because I forgot about that. We have the MVP awards, we have the Coach of the Year, all this fun stuff. So let's go ahead really quickly and just check out what is going on. Peyton Manning, that old hag, leading the league for the offensive MVP, or the MVP in general award. And then Mike Pettin from the Cleveland Browns, they were 8-2. That is spectacular if that happens. Wow, that will be crazy. 8-2 Cleveland Browns. I don't know. We shall see. But we are here, everybody, to the wild card playoffs. It is time to see who made the playoffs and who did not, what the matchups are, and what the playoffs are looking like right now. But first, we have to go ahead and check out all of the yearly awards. And Aaron Rodgers takes the MVP trophy. Peyton Manning falls all the way down to that 5th spot. And then Griffin Murphy, aka Billy Belichick, Billy Cheatercheck, takes over for the Coach of the Year. Screw that. Whatever. It happens. Tom Brady, Offensive Player of the Year for the AFC. Right behind him was Le'Veon Bell. Then we have Aaron Rodgers, obviously the Offensive Player of the Year for the NFC. Defensive Player of the Year for the NFC is David Hathorn. And then for the AFC, Manti Te'o. Who would have ever seen this one coming? I for sure as heck did not. I don't know about you. Manti Te'o making a crazy comeback. We have Mariota, the Offensive Rookie of the Year. And then Jameis Winston is the NFC Offensive Rookie of the Year. Lastly, let's go ahead and check out the Defensive Rookies of the Year. Stephon Anthony for the Saints, taking that one home. And then for the AFC, Shane Ray, followed by Bud Dupree, but Shane Ray takes it for that award. Now the stats at the end of the season. Aaron Rodgers leading the league in passing yardage, but Brady takes it in touchdowns. The interception leader goes to none other than Andy Dalton. I'm not surprised about that one. Let's check out the rushing leaders. Wow, Marshawn Lynch had a very slow end to that season, especially with how many yards he had in the beginning. Le'Veon Bell, Matt Forte, James Starks, and Joseph Randle lead the league in touchdowns. Those are some pretty crazy names there. And then Steve Smith, the only 100-yard reception guy in the NFL. Demaryius Thomas takes the yardage award for most receiving yards in the NFL that season. And then a bunch of people with a bunch of touchdowns. But Michael Floyd takes it. Michael Floyd, most touchdowns this season. Don't forget, and last but not least, Michael Floyd, the other Michael Floyd. No, the other one was Malcolm Floyd. This one is Michael Floyd. I'm going crazy right now. He had a 95-yard reception. That will be the longest play of the NFL season. James Laurinaitis leading the league in tackles. And then Justin Houston, 23 sacks. That is incredible. What a season he is going to have. And then Mason Foster doesn't get another interception for the rest of the year, but still leads the league in interception. But anyways, guys, here is the playoffs. We got Ravens at Bengals, Giants at Eagles, Browns at Colts, and 49ers at Saints. Let's sim this and see who takes home the victories and who is moving on to the very next round in the 2015 playoffs. And the sim just happened. We have Baltimore barely beating the Bengals 35-32. Eagles taking over the Saints by a few points. Cleveland Browns upsetting the Indianapolis Colts. And San Francisco demolishing the New Orleans Saints. Now these are the new matchups. We have a Ravens at Patriots matchup, 49ers Packers, Browns at Chargers, and last but not least, Eagles at Seahawks in the divisional rounds. Now it is time to sim once again. Things are getting very serious now, especially consider how deep we're getting to the playoffs. And the Ravens upset the #1 seed New Orleans Patriots. The New Orleans Patriots. Yeah, I just said that. I'm on crack right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just so hyped up. Anyways, Packers get the win. Chargers crush the Browns. And then we are moving on finally to the postseason conference championships. Wow, what is going to happen? My Packers are still in this one. And the Baltimore Ravens get crushed by the Chargers. And Green Bay Packers will move on to verse the San Diego Chargers in Super Bowl 50. What is going on now? Can I get a drum roll, please? Without further ado, let's Super Sim right now to find out who will be the Super Bowl champion. And it is the Green Bay Packers. They take the lead over the San Diego Chargers with a beautiful victory. Aaron Rodgers must have had a great game. Now let's move on to the offseason. We have Steve Smith, Tom Brady retiring, Charles Woodson retiring. So many notable names right now, as well as Peyton Manning, James Harrison, and Devin Hester. That was the 2015-2016 NFL season. Let me know what you guys' predictions are for this season. We will see later on if this will hold to be true, so make sure you stay tuned and keep updated with this video. Anyways, this is your boy Pizza. A new challenge hopefully be coming next Saturday, and peace out, guys. Thanks for watching, everyone.